Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Rugged Ronnie Show. I am here with my beautiful wife, Melody, as we are going to discuss and break down our predictions and our thoughts on this coming pay-per-view hosted by the WWE, one of the big four called SummerSlam.
2018.
Yes, I am very excited for SummerSlam. I always am. It's in the middle of the summer, one of the top pay-per-views that we enjoy.
Yes.
Of course, we don't think there's really a bad pay-per-view. There's just been some bad matches on the pay-per-view, if you know what I'm saying.
I understand. Some people are like, oh, that was the worst pay-per-view. Well, not necessarily. There's some really good fights in some of these pay-per-views.
You know, speaking of pay-per-views, one I wish we could see back without losing the next one would be Halloween Havoc.
Ooh, that would be so much fun.
Right. But we're here to talk about SummerSlam. So I have a list here, and so when I shoot off the matches, you know, let's just get right into it. Is that all right?
I'm all for it.
Okay, so we're gonna start with the B Team versus the Revival.
The B Team. Okay, sorry. I have to be the hater here, if you shall call it.
The bearer of
troll.
Bad news.
The troll. I'm a troll, but I am not a fan of B Team versus Revival at all. This is kind of like a time waster, a time filler.
Why is this match even happening?
I don't understand why the match is happening either. I don't know why they're coming up with even stories and making it a big deal. But I felt the same way with Fandango and Tyler Breeze.
I know the B Team ain't gonna last long, or they shouldn't last long. I'm glad they actually found something decent for them. It is a little comedic, but I don't think the Revival is deserved the shot yet. I'm not saying they don't. I don't know. I'm just gonna say, yeah, time filler. Okay, so our next match is... It's a very interesting match, as it is a mixed tag match. We have Miss Zelina and Cien Andrade versus...
Lana and Rusev Day!
Rusev Day, yes.
Rusev Day! Wait, now, that was a pretty good impression, if I say so myself.
That was of Aiden English, yes. Now, the interesting part about this one is that... being a mixed tags match, either side winning or losing wouldn't be too crazy.
I actually am predicting Lana and Rusev to win this one.
You are?
Because of the drama that's happening right now between them two and Aiden English, I really feel like that this might be the push for them to win in this time.
Interesting. I am actually totally the opposite.
Really?
I actually have picked... Cien Andrade and Zelina to win. And I think I know how it's going to happen. I believe Aiden English is going to come out to try to help. And somehow he's going to screw it up and Lana's going to get pinned. I do have this feeling that if Rusev gets pinned, his stock's going to drop. His power rating...
Yeah, I can see that. That's why I feel like Rusev is probably going to win.
I mean, yeah, hey.
Another reason.
They have momentum. Rusev Day is crazy right now.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a fan favorite, so that's like the third reason why I think they're... My prediction, let's just say my prediction is more Lana and Rusev. So I believe that Zelina and Cien will have their moment, but I just don't think this moment is now.
Okay, like I said, I don't think it affects them much with the mixed tag match.
Right.
One of the matches I'm gonna hate to watch.
These two wrestlers are so good. I really like these two wrestlers.
Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin. I don't like the match for either character.
I don't know. It's an odd mix to me.
They've already fought.
They have fought. It's still an odd mix. I don't have a prediction, but I'm going to sway towards my favorite, which is Finn Balor. I'm not a fan of Baron Corbin, and that sucks for you.
I am a big fan of Baron Corbin, but I have picked Balor to win. I love the mystique about Baron Corbin. He's a big guy. He's willing to fight pretty much anybody when he wants to. He wasn't necessarily scared of Brock. He chose not to fight him right then. When some people may want to get out of the ring or do something when Brock comes down, no, he stood right there. And he casually made his way out, and he'd fight him on his terms. I do think it would be bad for Balor if he lost. He might get buried a little more. I think Corbin, either way, with his constable...
that's the reason why Corbin would lose, because he has that title on him right now as the constable. I don't see him winning for that reason.
It does carry a little weight, I think.
Yeah.
But then, that is just our opinion. So, yeah, we got Balor for the win. He needs this win.
I agree.
The most build-up, exciting match.
Most anticipated match.
And that would be Mr. Daniel Bryan
versus The Miz.
Why? Because it's gonna be awesome!
Sorry, we screamed in your ear. Sorry.
Now, I mean, they didn't have a lot of time to build up to this fight. I mean, you saw some of the videos that they played. It was a very, very short build up, but it was good for the short time they had. They could have done it so many different ways.
Well, they needed a stipulation.
You're absolutely correct. You remember when Dolph put his career on the line?
Yes.
They could have done multiple stipulations, whether it be a career ending. I leave the brand, I put underwear on my head for a week. Don't matter. Something. I think that you're so true. There should have been a stipulation match with such the build up and such the hate, and with Daniel being gone and Miz taking his yes kicks and all his
totally mocking him and making fun of him. This one I'm going to lead towards Daniel Bryan as my prediction.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Daniel needs this win now, but at the same time, him being the small guy and coming through odds, and I don't know, Miz has got so much right now with Miz and Mrs. I mean, he's just
the TV series, his baby. He's got a lot on his plate.
He is hot right now.
He is hot right now. I mean,
whoa. He's a
pretty boy to me. Pretty boy.
I'm not sure. I do think the feud needs to come to an end soon.
Mm-hmm.
But I got Daniel. I do got Daniel.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for Daniel. That's our prediction. So let's move on to Braun versus Kevin Owens.
This is going to be the weirdest match of the night, in my opinion.
Oh my gosh, you guys. This is insane.
It has a stipulation to it.
Yeah, the stipulation is whoever wins the Money in the Bank.
There's only one way Braun wins, and that's if God Almighty strikes lightning from the sky and the aliens come down, invade New York City, and a Sharknado comes across America.
Oh my goodness.
That causes Brock Lesnar to retain the title. Braun Strowman loses the Money in the Bank right tonight. He loses it because Kevin Owens, Braun doesn't need it. Come on.
No, he doesn't. He really doesn't. I wonder if Braun does lose it, that he'll come in the middle of a match. Let's just say, I could see this happening. I could be completely wrong. Let's just say, this is the way my brain works. I have an imagination. I could totally be a writer. But in the middle of the Brock Reigns fight, Kevin Owens wants to come in and cash in after he wins the Money in the Bank. I could see Braun Strowman getting really upset and totally causing a DQ in the middle, and nobody cashes in because Kevin Owens tries cashing in and he loses it and Braun steals it. That I could totally see that happening.
I mean, it took a long time to see the angle, the Money in the Bank, just so he could lose it. If they thought this far ahead to Kevin Owens. Now, somehow Kevin's going to do something because Kevin's more of a thinker. Whether he brings somebody out, something could happen, so Braun gets counted out.
I'm going to lean towards Kevin Owens winning this match and taking the Money in the Bank. That would be good for business.
I can tell you this, if Kevin Owens wins the match, we will have a new Universal Champion.
Yeah.
Mark my words, people.
That would be great. I would just like to see something change and something different, and it would be good for business.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I think Kevin needs that. Yeah. So Braun doesn't need anything. He's got it all.
He's a monster. They call him Monster for a reason.
Yeah.
He just comes in and does whatever he wants.
So yeah, I'm totally excited to see the outcome of that one. So we're going to move on to the cruiserweights. I purposely do not want to spend much time on this because until they bring back Neville, I am highly upset about the cruiserweight division. Yeah. I do watch it, but I don't care. So Cedric Alexander versus Drew Gulak.
I'm going to go with Cedric.
You're going to go with Cedric?
Yeah, I really have no rhyme or reason. I'm just going to go for my prediction as being Cedric.
Yeah, I just think he has more weight right now than Drew. They might change it just to kind of get you, oh, look at that, the title changed hands.
Yeah, true.
Maybe. So, yeah. But I do have Cedric Alexander winning it also. So, until Neville. Now, on a side note, Triple H did make a post about Neville. And that was, they need to look at it more. So right now, he is just on the back burner, under contract, at home, doing nothing. And one of the greatest high-flying talents they got.
Oh, yeah, I love it.
They need to fix it.
Yeah.
All right.
We do miss Neville. We really do.
I
think he's a great
Love
fighter.
Love him. Now, our next one is, I struggle with this one. It's the Bludgeon Brothers versus New Day.
New Day rocks. Okay, you guys, I love the New Day. They are my favorite tag team champions, but however, they've had the tag team championship quite a few times, and so I feel like that Bludgeon Brothers needs to have a push a little bit, but however, the reason why I would say Bludgeon Brothers is in dedication to my son, Elijah, who probably would have fallen in love with the Bludgeon Brothers, a.k.a. Drax Shadow. He probably would have loved them. He's never gotten to see them, and he probably would have died to see them. So
yeah, I mean, being able to see them both separately, but not being able to see them together, yes, yeah. He definitely would have flipped out. I don't know how much longer the Bludgeon Brothers are going to be a tag team. Do I think they're going to keep the title for a long time? No, I don't.
I love the fact that, and like I said, New Day is my favorite tag team. They always have been, but they've been champions for quite some time.
But their stock is so high. Yeah. Do you put
it
on them or do you not?
You don't even need to have them have the title because they have the bootios,
And they got the pancakes.
Yeah.
And I mean, they got it all. And everybody eats it up and loves it. So, I'm highly looking forward to this match, and I'm very scared about this match.
Uh-oh. Carmella versus Flair versus Becky Lynch.
I like the fact that they made it a triple threat match. WWE seems, at least for me, seems to do a little better during a triple threat match than in a one-on-one match as far as storyline and where it goes.
It's just more exciting. You got a lot more moves. You got a lot more intensity into it. Yeah, so triple threats are pretty
I know we had a brief conversation earlier this week, and I actually talked with a few of my wrestling buddies, but I disagree. They were hoping for a Charlotte Flair heel turn. And I'm like, it ain't happening.
She was already a heel.
She was already a heel, and she just won the fans back over and still winning.
I don't think she's going to turn heel again.
I don't see her turning on Becky Lynch.
Carmella's already kind of a heel out as well, so that's kind of hard to say.
And I just don't think Becky, I think it could start a possible chance that Becky Lynch could start getting a little odd against Charlotte and Charlotte wins. Becky could be a little upset, which could possibly start a heel turn for Becky.
I was going to say that. Maybe it's Becky's turn. I could totally see Becky.
No, I don't want it to happen. I don't.
I could totally see Becky turning into a heel. She would be a great heel.
Carmella reminds me so much of Bliss in the fact that they'll run from certain challenges and they're not the most dominant champion, but they know how to stay champion. They'll cheat
their way there, though.
So do I think Carmella's going to... do they want to do something at Hell in a Cell? I don't know if that's the case, but I think Carmella holds on to it tonight. I really do.
You mean for SummerSlam?
Holds on to the belt for SummerSlam.
Yeah, I'm going to go for Becky Lynch to win this one.
Wow.
Well, we tried last time to try to do this in a sensible manner. This time I'm going to go out there because it totally turned on us, our last prediction. So I'm going to turn before they turn and see if Becky Lynch wins.
Yeah, you never know. They definitely all have a great shot in it. But yes, I still do have Carmella for a little longer. Okay. But I could see the title changing. Okay. At SummerSlam.
Listen, Linda, listen. Let's talk about Hardy versus Shinsuke. I am telling you right now, I love his facial paint.
Jeff Hardy.
Oh my gosh. It is so cool.
Freaky!
It is so cool. I might paint my face for Halloween like that. I think that is amazing. I'm going to be a Hardy for Halloween.
We are not big fans of Shinsuke Nakamura.
Well, that's just his intro so stinking.
Now, as a champ, I think Shinsuke's a little boring. Hardy's done as far as his United States champ time, I think. I think it's time for him.
He's had his time.
I think he's going to maybe move on to his brother. There's going to be some kind of twist that's going to happen in the coming months. Bray's going to be back on his own, or maybe he voodoos the Bludgeon Brothers, and the Woken will be, and Brother Nero will be back. So that's my prediction. I don't believe Hardy's going to win. I think Shinsuke's
going to win it anyway because it's a many fan favorite. So if WWE is listening to their fans, that's the way it's going to go.
Yeah, I mean, he's a heel, but yet so many people still love him.
Yep. Well, people love heels too, so.
That is true. Okay, this is going to be I don't want to use the word exciting, a daunting match coming up. Because of some events that happened on Monday Night Raw.
Woohoo! Dean Ambrose showed up. I'm so excited, but he looks so different. Doesn't even look like himself.
Yes, we're talking about Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins for the Intercontinental title.
Do you think Dean's going to jump in there and cause a disqualification?
It's possible. No, I don't. If he does, it would
help Seth win. Yes,
it would be very inadvertently. Dean looks yoked. He's got a totally different face, and just the kind of persona I got from him was that we could see a heel turn, but I don't see it coming soon.
Yeah, but on Dean Ambrose?
Yes.
Maybe.
Listen,
maybe he can come out as a hero.
It's not going to happen right now, but I do think a Dean Ambrose heel turn is going to happen. The Shield has to come together a little more.
I really miss the Shield. I really want them to come. So I think it would be weird for me to see Dean turn on Seth if the Shield's coming back. So I would have to expect Dean to help Seth Rollins win by cheating somehow.
Well, yeah, maybe. I do know that he will be the equalizer for Drew McIntyre. Let me tell you how I think this is going to go. I think Seth Rollins wins the Intercontinental title. I think that something will happen where Drew played a very small part in him losing or not helping, and it will start the turn on Drew McIntyre, where Dolph will turn on him, and Drew McIntyre will then become a face.
Interesting.
And then later on down the road, by next year, be fighting for the WWE Championship.
Interesting predictions. I don't know. I can't. I have a hard time agreeing or disagreeing. It's really hard because WWE likes to switch it up and change it on us. So,
or you know, who knows? They could have a Drew McIntyre turn on Dolph.
Oh, I would love to see that.
I want Dolph to go out not as a heel. So I don't know. He's coming to the end.
Yeah,
I know he did
Dolph's
sign.
ready to retire.
I know he did sign another agreement, but you know, let's see. Hey, okay, we're coming to one we vaguely talked about.
Alexa Bliss versus Ronda Rousey. Blah.
Stop it.
And that's the reason. The reason why I say do that is because I don't like either or of the wrestlers. I don't like Alexa Bliss, and I don't like Ronda Rousey. Hate on me if you want. That's totally fine. But I'm not a fan of Ronda Rousey. I would, just because I'm not a fan, choose for Bliss. But my prediction's going to be Rousey.
Okay, so there's only one way Bliss wins this title.
Well, people are going to be pissed if Bliss wins.
There's only one way, and you know it could be with a Nia Jax interference.
Ooh.
It could be somebody is going to have to help her, or she loses, and she's a 5-time women's champ. Listen, she's got enough persona right now. She doesn't need any more. She's there. She's already a heel. She'll get the title back. She'll weasel her way back there. They have built.
I just
Ronda.
feel like the fans are going to be upset if Ronda Rousey doesn't win this one.
I will be upset if Ronda Rousey doesn't win this one.
I'm gonna just say Rousey, whether Nia interferes or not, because maybe Nia will help Rousey. Because she doesn't like Alexa Bliss.
Interesting. Well, I do pick Ronda Rousey also in a defining fashion. Okay, we only got 2 more matches to talk about.
Let's move it right along. AJ Styles versus Joe.
Samoa Joe. Oh.
This one's a difficult one for me to pick.
Difficult.
I know that AJ has had his moment with the belt.
Uh-huh.
I feel like Samoa Joe needs his turn at the title.
Oh boy, we are in the same.
AJ Styles might be breaking. He's gonna need to take a break.
Well, he's gonna have to take a break from the doggone title, I think, because I think Joe needs to win. But man, AJ, how many days has he held on to the title?
Didn't he break?
It's not. It's not 200 and. I mean, he's coming up close on a year.
To Brock Lesnar, right?
Wouldn't that be amazing? That is a great point. Wouldn't that be amazing if AJ Styles broke Brock Lesnar's record?
Yes, because I don't like Brock Lesnar.
Because we can't stand Brock Lee.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, now that you say that. Ooh, see, now I'm even more conflicted about this whole situation.
They've pushed. They see. Let me throw this out there. They've pushed Joe as such a. They have pushed him as an unstoppable force, and I do think. I know he got hurt. I do think they need to put the title on him.
I do, but maybe not at SummerSlam. Maybe they want to. How many more times do we need to catch up to Brock Lesnar with AJ?
Oh, he needs.
How many more wins?
He needs 3/4 of a year.
Oh, no. So, okay, so that will lean me back on to Samoa Joe taking the title and getting this one.
I'm going to go with you there, and I believe they put it on Joe, which could lead to them locked inside a cell and maybe AJ winning it back.
Who knows?
And half of my predictions are around this final title match.
Let's talk about this for a second, Mr. Ronnie. Mr. Rugged Ronnie. I am a massive Roman Reigns fan. I am a huge Roman Reigns fan. I'm probably the least amongst the fans of a Roman Reigns fan.
Is it fair to say that as much as you're a fan of Roman Reigns, if you were to switch the tides, that's how much you dislike Brock Lesnar?
Exactly. So, I'm not a fan of Brock Lesnar. We call him Broccoli, so we don't like broccoli in this house. But I don't want Roman Reigns to win, and I don't want Broccoli to win.
You don't want either one to win?
No, I actually want Braun Strowman or Kevin Owens to cash in and take the belt. I really, really want this to happen. I don't want either or to win. I am so sick and tired of this fight. As much as I love Roman Reigns, we need to put somebody else in this belt.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask you to silence your cell phones. And I'm going to need you to shut your mouth.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
That man should have been on this card. But Roman Reigns for the win. I don't care if he gets cashed in or not. Here's the problem with Roman Reigns. Listen later, but hear me now.
But never speak of it again.
They have misutilized Roman Reigns' character for almost 3 years.
I'm tired of it.
Which has led to where we are right now.
And that's why
everybody
so many people
hating him.
Yes.
And it's almost like they've had to turn Brock to build a little allegiance for Roman so that they don't hate Roman so bad. They need to fix his character. He is the big dog. It is his yard. It's time to put the title on him and actually do something right with him. It's time.
They either need to do something right with him or let this story go. Pretty much. Drop the story between him and Brock because it is getting old. People are getting sick and tired of it. That's why everybody boos Roman Reigns. And it's a sad scenario right now.
Listen.
It's really sad for Roman Reigns. Listen, he's not... Let me speak up here. He is not a horrible wrestler. I get people on our YouTube channel going, oh, Roman Reigns sucks. He's a horrible...
He's
no,
amazing.
He's an amazing wrestler. I just feel like some of the fans who don't really know the ins so much just feel like that they want to follow the crowd and say, oh,
correct.
He sucks. But Roman Reigns is an amazing wrestler. He's got so many great moves that he does, and he's just really good, and that's why I like him. It's so unfortunate that he's in this position that makes him that makes the WWE Universal verse hate him.
Well, trust me, a lot of people like him because he is the #1 merchandise seller in the company over John Cena.
Over New Day?
Over New Day.
Really?
Yes, #1.
I feel like I need to go buy a Roman Reigns shirt right now.
Well, I don't know if we need to go that far.
Anything.
I think 6 of them is enough for you.
Okay, we'll go get the shield.
I do not want to boycott Monday Night Raw if Roman Reigns loses.
Oh my gosh.
I will boycott. It may only be for a week, but I will boycott.
If Brock Lesnar wins, I'm going to be a roaring, raging, psycho fan.
I may make a nasty post on Twitter that I do not want to do to the WWE.
No, we love the WWE and how much they've done for us, but this is ridiculous about Brock Lesnar. It's ridiculous, and I think that they love that people hate it. I really believe that they love that people hate it. It's extreme both ways. You either love it so much or you hate it so much.
Well, that's our story and we're sticking to it.
I hope we're not so wrong this time.
Thank you for joining in on this podcast. Thank you for listening to the Rugged Ronnie Show. Subscribe to the podcast. We have a YouTube channel.
We got Ronnie Mainville for his YouTube channel. He likes to do DIYs and how-tos, and
we have Family of Hope vlogs.
We do daily vlogging.
Lots of WWE material, backstage footage, just different things, ringside footage. Go check it out.
Yes, and we promote hope out into a hopeless society.
That is true. That is very true. So thank you again for listening, and until next time,